Regardless of where you place, I know this is so cliche, but it's still very true. You should all feel really proud of yourselves for the guts it took you to come here and participate in this competition. So I'd like to ask you to give yourselves a round of applause. You know, whenever I am at some kind of function, a party, or a place where you meet new people, they always say, well, what do you do for a living, right? And I'm sure our other faculty members can relate to this. You say, oh, you know, I teach communication, and oh, I teach public speaking. And guess what people say every time? Really? I hate public speaking. Oh, I'm so afraid. Oh, here's this terrible story. So the fact that you're willing to get up and give your speech and do it well is truly a victory, and you'll carry that forward with you in whatever your career aspirations are. And so you really should feel good about that, and you should walk away today feeling good regardless of whether or not you make it into the final round or not. We will have the judges' evaluations form for everybody. Next week, we'll give them to your instructor. If you are not currently in a public speaking class, Joanna and I will work to make sure that you get those as well, so you can see that feedback. And so for today, I'm going to announce our 6 finalists. This is in no particular order in terms of score, but it is in the order that you'll speak. So just stay seated if you're a finalist. Once I've announced those, I'll hand it over to Tracy. Tracy will be introducing each finalist, and the one thing I don't have on this list, Tracy, is speech topics, so if you want to grab the program. Yep. Tracy will announce each finalist. When you come up, Joanna over here is going to mic you if you're a finalist so that we can get you recorded. And then Tracy will introduce, we'll go through your speech, and then between speeches, Tracy has trivia prizes. So you could be winning additional prizes. She's got some great prizes in her bag. So once again, make sure your cell phone is silenced. And if everybody's ready, I'm going to announce our 6 finalists. All right, our 6 finalists are as follows. And this is the order again that you'll speak in. Marshall Herman. Should we applaud everybody? We should give as much applause as we can in life. Bonita Feldon. Jocelyn Britton. Adeline Schumer. Savannah Gossett. And Manisha Jaswal. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Tracy, who will introduce our first speaker.
Technology fails me constantly. So we're not going to do any trivia the first round, but after Marshall's done, we'll start giving out some gift cards and whatnot. So our first speech today for the final round will be Every Man Should Own a Suit by Marshall Herman.
Mark Twain once said, "Clothes make a man. Naked people have little to no influence on society." Well, folks, as ironic as that sounds, it's pretty true. Today I am here to educate you on why every man needs a suit. I will teach you where you can wear one, how you can wear one, and what color you should get with your suit for the wear. Eventually, every man will have an occasion that requires a suit, such as a wedding, funeral, or that date that you want to just wow that woman. So first off, how should you wear a suit? Your jacket needs to fit, your pants need to fit. The biggest thing is your shoulders. It should just hit the edge, flow down, and help the man look better. If you're a big guy like me, you can't be wearing little tiny lapels that look like shoestrings hanging off your shoulders. You gotta have some broad ones. If you're a small guy, you can't have lapels that go out past your shoulders. And guys, let me phrase this. Do not mix up the colors of your belts and your shoes. Do not. Take a recommendation from the ladies out here. They always match their leather. Pants, you guys have all seen the nerd suits. 4 inches too high off your shoe. Don't do that. You need a nice taper. If you go to the gym and work out your legs, you might as well make it look like you work out legs. Color. There's a bunch of different colors. You got pink, blue. If you're an everyday businessman, buy a navy suit. If you're going out on the town, why not gray? If you have that formal event, but it's not a black tie formal event, what about charcoal? And you have that formal event you're going to, but you just think, tux ain't for me, what about black? Every man can use a suit. It helps you bring your voice into this world. It helps influence who you're talking to. Who looks better on the stand? Somebody in a suit or somebody up there wearing their swim trunks? In the word of fashion designer Tom Ford, a well-tailored suit is to women what lingerie is to men. Thank you, guys.
Are you excited? Oh, yeah. Okay, my mic's on. I'm so excited too. Ugh. All right, let's start with an easy one. Let's start with some math, because I know you all want to do math on a Friday morning, right? Right? Yes. What year did the Red Rock speech competition start?
28 years ago.
That's not a year, sir. Math is hard.
1998.
Sir,
1991.
congratulations, yay, what do you get? You get this lovely journal from Sage Publications. Oh, now you can keep all your deepest, darkest thoughts in it. Fantastic, congratulations. Awesome. Okay, so here's another one for you. Well, we do trivia while we're waiting for the judges to tabulate scores and stuff like that so they can finish filling out their ballots. It buys them time and it gives you little prizes. Aren't you excited? Yay, I know. It's like the highlight of my week too. Okay, so our next question. Which president visited Red Rocks Community College to emphasize his commitment to higher education? I think this is before most of you were born, but it's a good question.
Reagan?
No, that was way before you were born, son. I was in grammar school. Come on. Okay, you had your hand up next, David.
Clinton?
Yes, it was Bill Clinton. Congratulations. Look, you get some long-lasting 3-hour spearmint mints. Fantastic, man. There you go. All right, let's see what's our next one here. I should mark these off. What was Red Rock's original name to be?
Denver University West.
Ooh, not a university where two you screw up. What do we call those? Say it again.
University.
There you go. Yes, Community College West. Yay! We have for you a Chick-fil-A gift card. Chick-fil-A. I was like, wait a second. We want the Chick-fil-A. Somebody was eating Chick-fil-A this morning. I don't know. So you could have had a gift card. All right, let's try the next one. What is the name of Red Rocks Community College's mascot? Lady in red shirt.
RTC2.
You are correct. Chick-fil-A for you too, miss. All right. Woo, Chick-fil-A. All right. You people are not exciting.
Helps that I've been the mascot, so.
Well, see, that's kind of cheating. Insider information. Okay, this is like a quick fire one. Who is the current governor of Colorado?
John Hickman. Jared Wolf.
Do you all vote?
No.
Lindsay. She had her hand up first. Come on. Okay, Hickenlooper left in January. Jared Polis, the country's first openly gay governor, now serves your state. Yes, good for you for being innovators. All right, innovators. Woo! Did you know that Red Rocks Community College has the largest LGBTQIA population of all the community colleges in Colorado?
No.
Now you do. Trivia for the future, yay! I should get Chick-fil-A. No. Okay, okay, they're almost ready, or they are ready, so we'll do one more and then I'll introduce. What is Colorado State's fossil?
Triceratops.
No. But you're close.
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus, correct, yay!
She gave it to me yesterday. No.
Oh, hold on, you gotta get a pen to go with your things to do erasey board. I gotta organize prizes better.
Nice.
Okay, and on that note, after our next speaker, we'll do some more prizes, but that next speaker person will be with their speech topic. I want you to go to the library and borrow this DVD and watch it, Benita Felden.
Listen up. There is controversy over the U.S. practice of male circumcision. My name is Bonita Felden. I am a pre-med student here at Red Rocks. I am studying the human reproductive system. I am writing a paper on the human male foreskin. I propose that each of you go to the public library, borrow the film, the 2018 released film, American Circumcision, and watch it. There are 4 primary factors in this controversy. 1, reasons for foreskin removal. 2, purpose of the male foreskin. 3, risks of removing the foreskin. And 4, the right to informed consent. The reason for foreskin removal, the broad answer is it is neuro-linguistically programmed into us by our cultures. The way we are trained to think, religious and non-religious. Religious basis, the Jewish community is mandated by the Torah, Genesis 17, that circumcision is a commandment. In the Islamic law, the Sunnah and the Hadith, not the Quran, recommend circumcision by age 13. In my U.S. Anatomy text by Marieb, 2017, non-religious circumcision, medical. While circumcision is not medically necessary, it has been shown to decrease the risk of acquiring HIV. It also significantly reduces the risk of other reproductive system infections. About 60% of newborn boys in the United States are circumcised. I corroborated this information on the websites of National Institutes of Health, the Centers for Disease Control, and the American Pediatrics Association. My question to myself, what behaviors do baby boys have that put them at risk for sexually transmitted disease? The purpose of the male foreskin. According to Dr. Dennison of the Canadian Medical Association in an article cited online in the Canadian Medical Association Journal, the male's foreskin serves an important protective, sensory, and sexual function. In my anatomy text here at the school, the statement is, the skin covering the penis is loose and extends around the glans, the penis, to form a cuff called the foreskin. That's it. The risks of removing the foreskin. According to the Canadian Association of Medicine, there is pain involved and there is potential genital mutilation. A professional masseuse a professional psychologist instructor, and a professional chiropractor all have told me of the deformity that their clients have shared with them, and the shame and the anger that goes along with that deformity, and their anger that they were not allowed to decide. My anatomy text is silent on the topic. The right to informed consent. The DVD, the film American Circumcision, talks a little bit about this. In the United States, a federal legislation was passed in 1996 called the Female Genital Mutilation Act, which protects female minors from circumcision. In South Africa, according to the Circumcision Information and Reference pages, CIRP.org, any circumcision for a minor that is not pathologically and diagnostically proven by the doctor is illegal. The Canadian Medical Association states, if a man is circumcised as an infant, he has been robbed without his consent. My anatomy text is silent. What can we do? Be informed. Make your own decision. Make your own decision on your terms. Go to the Circumcision Information and References page. Go to the public library and borrow the documentary film, American Circumcision, and watch it. Go to educational classes and study groups. You will see your results. You will become informed on your own terms, and you will be able to talk to others in an informed, intelligent, and compassionate way about a medical procedure in the U.S. You will have joined a movement that supports your position on U.S. male circumcision in the U.S. Become informed on your terms. The easy way to start, go to the library, borrow the documentary American Circumcision, and watch it. Thank you.
All righty, we ready for some more? Oh, I think I forgot the Chick-fil-A stuff. Bummer. Bummer. What became legal in certain areas of Colorado in 1991?
No.
1991, are you high? No, kidding. Gambling. Who's winning all the prizes today? Is that Ken?
Central City.
That is correct. Ken, yay Ken, clap for Ken. Ken gets Chick-fil-A. Everybody loves Chick-fil-A. There you go, sir. There you go. Fantastic. Okay, let's see if we can do a Red Rocks one. In what year did Red Rocks Community College begin offering online courses?
2012?
What, was the internet new in 2012? No, come on. Come on.
2001?
Close. 2000, yay, 2000. All right, there you go, sir. Fantastic. Let's see. Why is Colorado called the Centennial State? Okay, you had your hand up first.
You got statehood in the centennial year of the country.
I'm sorry?
You got statehood on the 100-year anniversary.
That is correct. Very lovely. All right. Let's see, what do you get? Oh, you get one of these lovely to-do boards. Because not like you don't work here or anything and already have 5,000 of them, but you know, the holidays will be here in about 8 months. Give it away for Christmas, or Christmahani Kwanzaa Yulika, right? Okay, what is Colorado state flower? That's fine. You get it. Come on. Woo, Columbine. Look at the lovely pen you get. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah. That's an awesome pen. Wow. Fantastic. All right. Let's do some presidential quote type of trivia, shall we? Which 19th century president delivered the longest inaugural address ever, over 2 hours in icy wind, without a hat or a coat, and as a result died of pneumonia less than 2 months later? No, you have to give me a name, Nico. You had your hand up next. Grover? There is no Grover. There was a Grover Cleveland, but that's not correct either. No. This one's hard. Lindsay was next, then David.
Ford?
No.
Wasn't Moore or?
Ford? That was like 1976. No, I'm sorry you all lose. It was William Henry Harrison. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I? You wanted to know. I'm so sorry. I cheated you out of your Chick-fil-A card. Would you like a pen? I'm so sorry. We're ready? Okay, and on that note, we're ready for our next speaker. And that third speaker of our final round today will be Joplyn Britton with her speech on Plastic World.
Alrighty. Planet or plastic? This is sadly a question I find myself asking quite often. Plastic is beginning to run our world, from medical equipment to toys to food packaging to just everyday essential plastic materials. We are beginning to become a world tucked in a bed of plastic. I know you've all seen the pictures of the beaches and the coastlines covered in plastic waste where you can't even walk, or the overfilling landfills with still intact plastic objects like laundry baskets and containers and bins. This isn't really pretty to look at, right? But this goes beyond the aesthetic appeal of the eye. This problem is beginning to harm our beautiful blue-green marble and all the living organisms in it. On a positive note, this problem is gaining global concern, and there is something you can do to help. But what exactly is the problem? Well, there's too much plastic. Plastic was invented in the 19th century and had its big takeoff in about 1950. I'm going to throw some crazy numbers at you now. Since the takeoff of plastic in 1950, the world now holds 9.2 billion tons of plastic. Out of all of that, 2/3 has become waste. Out of all of that plastic waste, 72% never makes it to the recycling bins. These were statistics that also stunned National Geographic scientists who originally crunched the numbers in 2017. So plastic, it's not a naturally occurring substance, so it doesn't naturally decompose. Plastic doesn't ever decompose, actually. What happens instead is it gets broken down to these super tiny particles called microplastics. Microplastics were actually discovered by Ted Siegler, who's the founder of the Vermont Plastic Waste Environmental Society, and it really helped scientists understand where this plastic was going. They knew it was being made, they knew it was being thrown away, they knew it never decomposed, and they could see some of it, but not all of it, and now we know why. After we found microplastics, we can now understand why they're so bad for the environment. They seep into our groundwater, and groundwater, that's our fresh water. That's what you and me drink to stay alive. We're drinking plastic. Not only are we drinking this plastic, but the animals on our planet are drinking the same water as we are. We are harming animals that haven't done anything to deserve this. Not only are we harming the animals, but we're drinking the plastic and we're eating this plastic as well. So this is all kind of sad, right? But there is solutions, and it's the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. The biggest R is to reduce. And this simply just means use less, or on a bigger scale, make smaller amounts of. Bring less plastic into your household. If you're consuming less plastic, factories are going to stop making as much plastic. The second big R is to reuse. Reuse absolutely whatever you can. There is no such thing as a one-time plastic. You can reuse straws, you can reuse cups, you can reuse water bottles, you can reuse bins. If you do find yourself going to the trash can with a piece of plastic, ask yourself, can this be recycled? And the answer should be yes. There's so many times I ask people, well, do you recycle? And they tell me no, because I don't have a recycling truck, or I don't have a bin, or I don't know what can be recycled. Nothing beautiful is going to come easy. We're going to have to put an effort in together. So fill up a bin in your house, put it in your car. When it gets full, go find a recycling bin. Whole Foods, Natural Grocers, Sprouts, all these places take special plastics that other places don't. If we don't stick to these 3 R's, we're going to end up suffocating in our own problem. We're going to suffocate our marine life. Like I said before, they don't deserve it. Not only are we going to suffocate them, but they eat these microplastics that break down even smaller into nanoplastics that seep into their cells, their tissues, and eventually kill them. We're also going to end up with an overfill in landfills. This is going to result in garbage pileups all over the place. We're going to be walking on the streets with our grandkids, and instead of seeing mounds of rock and dirt, we're going to see hills of plastic. According to the article, it's about 40 years till the oil runs out. Making plastic itself is posing a threat to plastic. How, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. You see, manufacturers use fossil fuels to make plastic. Fossil fuels were made 350 million years ago, but they're considered a non-renewable energy source because Mother Nature isn't making them as fast as we're using them. So if we continue our accelerated plastic use and manufacturing, our energy source could dissipate by 2050. On top of all of this, all of plastic adds a negative impact on climate change, and I think we all know that that's just not good. I made you really, really think about what the problem is, what the solution is, and what would happen if we don't do the solution. But now I'm going to make you guys think about what you can do in your household as an individual. Sometimes things do start small, and they need a snowball effect to become bigger, and this just might be one of those things. These are all following tips from the Green Education Foundation. Use a reusable strong cup and take it with you everywhere. Have reusable shopping bags in the back of your car. Reusable shopping bags also hold a lot more because they're bigger, so it's so many less bags to carry up the stairs. You're welcome. Give up gum. It's made of synthetic rubber. That's plastic. Try to buy as much food you can from bulk bins from Sprouts and Whole Foods. If you're showing the manufacturers that we don't need all this small packaging plastic, they're not going to make it anymore. Basically, guys, it just comes down to this. This isn't a problem we don't know the solution to. We know how to pick up garbage. We know how to dispose of it. We know how to recycle. This is just a matter of us all caring enough to make this a better place. I'm going to leave you with this idea. If the pioneers came over on the Mayflower with plastic bottles and straws and all of their plastic waste, it would still be here today. You and me, we're the pioneers of the future. And if we don't intervene now, we're going to be drowning like the turtles in the blink of an eye.
You ready for some more trivia? Woo! I know you are. Okay. Let's see, what should we do now? Gosh, I've got so many. Okay, which president, if you don't know this, please, I'm going to beat up your history professors. Which president, in his inaugural address, implored Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, Richard. There you go, JFK, fantastic. Chick-fil-A for you. Chick-fil-A, yay. Okay, let's see another one. Let's see one more presidential kind of trivia, right? Which president in his inaugural address told Americans we only have that's not even right. Which president said we have only one thing to fear, fear itself? Richard. Okay, you get a pen now. You get the crazy pen. Yay, the crazy pen. Yay. Okay, let's see what else we got. How we doing? Ready?
Let me check.
Not yet. Okay, we're not ready yet. You're all mic'd. We just got to wait on the judges. So, okay, let's see. What is the highest city in Colorado?
Leadville.
Yes. I'm done. Leadville. Yay, you get a pen. Yay. Oh, wait, you already got a pen. Oh, look what you get. You get an erase board, Joplin. Come and get it. Look at it. Hang on your refrigerator. You can remind yourself what to do, when to do it.
Recycle.
That's awesome. Recycle. Smart asses. All right, let's see. What?
They recorded you saying that.
Of course they did. So, this is me. So, what is the closest state capital to the Colorado border?
Man.
Yes! Yay! Are we geographically and mathematically challenged? Yes? Okay, come on, you folks can do this. You can do it. Colorado boasts the world's highest what? And it's not population.
Reservoir.
No.
People.
No, I just said not population. That's why I said not population. No. No. I'm sorry?
Alpine Lake?
No. Anybody? Anybody?
Grand Lake?
No. Oh, suspension bridge. Suspension bridge. Oh, suspension bridge. I know. We're ready? Okay. Our next speaker and fourth in the lineup with the speech, "What's the Rush on Mush?" is Adeline Schumer.
June 5th, 2017, in the article Potential Therapeutic Effects of Psilocybin, written by Matthew W. Johnson, he states that approximately 80% of participants that received a single administration of psilocybin, magic mushrooms, at the 6-month follow-up, patients continued to show clinically significant decrease in depressed mood and anxiety. Approximately 60% showed remission. In other words, symptom levels in normal ranges. I have struggled with anxiety, and I have friends that do as well. So this is a chance for me to educate my peers and explore new opportunities. I have also signed the petition in Denver to get this initiative rolling. Today, I will persuade you of what psilocybin is, magic mushrooms, and why you should support the magic mushrooms for Denver County. Psilocybin is a fun guy, trust me. Matthew W. Johnson informs us that indigenous societies have used classic psychedelic compounds such as psilocybin, mescaline, and dimethyltryptamine for centuries. This psychedelic compound, known as psilocybin, is found in over 100 species of naturally growing mushrooms. Psilocybin is a relatively small compound based on the structure of tryptamine, which is also found naturally occurring in your brain. Although this is a natural substance, there are still risks that need to be addressed. The therapeutic uses of psilocybin. On July 14, 2017, in the peer-reviewed article, Potential Therapeutic Uses of Psilocybin, psilocybin reduces stress and opioid dependency. On March 23, 2018, Jeremy Daniel, PharmD, states in the article, Clinical Potentials of Psilocybin as a Treatment for Mental Health Conditions, finds that psilocybin may play a role in reducing suicidality and improving mood, although these patients did not necessarily have a diagnosis of major depressive disorders. A case report published in 2014 describes a 38-year-old male who had multiple medication failures in his treatment of his OCD. He consumed magic mushrooms given to him by one of his friends and immediately had an increase in anxiety. But he noticed his intrusive thoughts were significantly reduced the next day. He determined that every time he ingested approximately 2 grams of psilocybin mushrooms, his OCD symptoms would be reduced the following 3 weeks. It should be noted that the level of this evidence in the case report is low. The use of this specific agent and symptom improvement are all patient-reported. Mushrooms are not a cure. They are a tool for understanding and learning about yourself. They can be highly effective in small doses. Magic mushrooms are sociologically safe and they are not addictive. Keep in mind that these studies follow strict protocol to keep patients and doctors safe. Initiative 301 is said to do 3 things for magic mushrooms. 1, to deprioritize psilocybin to the greatest extent. This means psilocybin will no longer be a Schedule I drug like cocaine or heroin.
It also allows the possession and the use of psilocybin. This is not the legalization of mushrooms. It is the deprioritization of psilocybin. Initiative 301 also prohibits the city and county of Denver from spending resources on imposing criminal penalties on persons choosing to use psilocybin. On January 2019, the Denver Green Party states that the psilocybin effect encompasses 6 of the Green Party's 10 key values: grassroots democracy, social justice, ecological wisdom, nonviolence, respect for diversity, and personal and global responsibility. This movement is said to be the next step from the marijuana legalization. Today, I have discussed what psilocybin is, what studies have revealed about this chemical compound, and why Denver wants to decriminalize it. Like Albert Hoffman said in the 1940s, it is very, very dangerous to lose contact with living nature. Thank you.
Mic on. Sorry, Austin. So anyways, math is hard, and we found out that we made a couple of mistakes in calculations. So because there were several ties in a couple of the rooms, we're actually adding 2 more finalists. You want to know who they are? Yay! Fantastic! So, Janelli, where's Janelli? Janelli, congratulations, you're a finalist now. Yay! You're going to be number 7. And Grant, where'd Grant go? Grant, you're going to be number 8. Are you happy? Yay! Fake it, Grant. Fake it. So, let's get some trivia in, shall we? A little bit? Okay, excellent. Let me just find my trivia now. Let's see what's on this page. Okay, remember how you all thought John Hickenlooper was still governor? He's not. But which Denver brew pub did he found? Ooh.
What was the question?
Which Denver brew pub did John Hickenlooper, former governor, found? You had your hand up.
Chicago.
No. Oh, Chicago. No. That's a Darden Corporation.
Company?
No. Who said Wynkoop?
She did.
Who's she?
It was her, she told me.
Yay! Yay! Did you want a prize? Sure. I don't know what I do with the Chick-fil-A things. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll have to bring back your Breath Savers 3-hour mints in just a moment. I think I left the Chick-fil-A things back in the back. I'll have to go get those. All right, how are our judges doing? Still working on it? Fantastic. Okay, let's do another one then. Let's see. Let's do a Red Rocks one, shall we? Okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't think I'm out of Red Rocks ones. That's bad. Oh no. Okay, how about this one? Let's see how good your memory is, or how, like if you know anything about really old TV. If you watch Nickelodeon. Yeah. Okay, what popular TV series starring Robin Williams ran from 1978 to 1982? Mork and Mindy. That is correct. Woo! Okay, what haven't you got already? Oh, you didn't get the crazy pen? Oh, great for your grandkids if you have them, or children, or neighbors. Okay, we're all ready, I believe, with our next speech. So, our next speech, which is, what number are we on? I lost count. 5. Thank you.
Really?
See, math is hard. I know, you're standing right there. I'm evil. I like to punish my students. With the speech, Recidivism or Redemption, Prison Reform Now, Savannah Gossett.
Dark and cold, one lies to sleep. In an empty bed, so he can weep. Although he is here for his actions, does that mean we give him no compassion? Just because he robbed a bank, does that give us the right not to rehabilitate? So stand with me for these prisoners to be treated like us listeners. The poem I just recited to you, I wrote to put a human face to our current prison problem. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, last updated April 23rd of 2019, the United States recidivism rate is at a staggering 77%. And according to Prison Policy Initiative, published March of 2018, there are 2.3 million people in the prison system. In this speech, I will convince you that the prisons in the United States are more focused on punishment rather than rehabilitation, and this must change. To do this, we'll begin by discussing the different types of prisons and how they are funded. Then we will discuss how prisoners are handled while in prison. We will also get an estimated idea on cost per inmate. Lastly, we will come to understand why the U.S. needs rehabilitation in prisons and why we need to incorporate some of Minnesota's prison policies. Now, let's get into the problem. The problem is that the recidivism rate is at a staggering 77%, and there are 2.3 million people in the prison system. As I've already told you, the Bureau of Justice Statistics stated that the last study of recidivism revealed that 77% of inmates return to prison within 5 years of being rearrested. The United States needs to incorporate some of the rehabilitation so they can reintegrate back into society once their time has been completed. Let's further understand how the United States handles prisoners. According to stars from Vice Media, published on February of 2018, Terrell Thomas, 38, died from profound dehydration. He was in solitary confinement in a Milwaukee County jail. The Washington Post explains the story and states that the officers on duty wanted to punish Thomas for flooding his jail cell. So the officers put him in solitary confinement and shut off his water. For the next 6 days, Thomas yelled out for water, but was always denied. On the 7th day, Thomas was found dead of profound dehydration. Obviously, the prison system needs a change. There are prisoners being murdered. This is one indicator that rehabilitation is scarce in the U.S. If prisoners are being treated this badly, it makes one wonder about the different types of prisons there are and how they are funded and how they function. Now, let's address the problem, the cause of this problem. There are 2 types of prisons in the U.S., public and private. According to criminaljusticeprograms.com, last updated in 2017, private prisons receive their funding from government contracts, and many of these contracts are based on the total number of inmates and their average sentence. This means that the more inmates these private prisons can hold with longer sentences, the more money they get. So what is the motivation for private prisons to rehabilitate their prisoners? Then on the other hand, criminaljusticeprograms.com also states that public prisons are different. They're owned and operated by local, state, or federal governments, and they function as nonprofits, meaning that they pretty much are fully funded by the government. According to Vera Institute of Justice, May 19, 2017, the average cost per inmate is $31,000 per year in the U.S. If we do a small calculation and multiply the 2.3 million people in our prison system by the $31,000 that cost per inmate, we would get on average $71 billion that the U.S. spends every year. This means on average that the U.S. spends $71 billion on prisoners. How crazy is that? Further adding to the problem is how private prisons choose their prisoners. CriminalJusticePrograms.com further tells us that research has shown that private prisons will usually choose less violent offenders because serious offenders require an increase in the amount of mandated security. Thus, public prisons hold more violent offenders and private prisons hold more non-violent offenders. In fact, the majority of inmates in private prisons have committed non-violent drug-related crimes. While private prisons may be cheaper, they're also known to be worse for inmate rights and have a higher need for qualified correctional officers. Think of this like the NFL draft. Private prisons get the first pick on prisoners. If a prisoner has a lot of medical issues, have anger issues, or is just violent, they skip over that prisoner and wait until that prison, and they wait for a prisoner that will not cost so much money. Since the private prison passed on this prisoner, the prisoner is now sent to the public prison, therefore causing the prison population to increase and the recidivism rate to increase as well. We have now covered how the U.S. prisons treat prisoners and how public and private prisons are funded. Now let's see what states actually focus a little less on punishment and a little more on rehabilitation. The University of Pennsylvania published an article in August of 2017 stating that Minnesota offered a work release program which permits inmates to work in the community as they approach their release dates. To prisoners, this proved to be cost effective and helped their state's recidivism rate decline. Also, according to University of Pennsylvania's article, they also state that prisoners who participate in work release programs are almost twice more likely to find work within the first couple of years of being released than prisoners who did not have work experience. Prisoners who participate in work release programs are 16% less likely to be rearrested and 17% less likely to be sent back to prison. From 2007 to 2011, Minnesota's work release program saved the state $1.25 million due to the decrease in prison population. Why can't the whole country follow in Minnesota's footsteps? In conclusion, let's summarize what we have discussed. Today, I've addressed the problem of recidivism and rehabilitation, the cause of that problem, and how Minnesota is trying to solve this problem. The United States needs to focus on rehabilitation and not so much on punishment anymore. It's not working, and this must change. As I stated when I began this speech, so stand with me for these prisoners to be treated like one of us listeners.
Darn Mike, I am technologically challenged. Anybody else technologically challenged besides me? Fantastic. Yay, then I'm not that old. I'm very happy. Oh, I've got 3 Chick-fil-A's left. Let's see. What are we going to ask you now? Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Well, okay, you ready? Yep. Fantastic. What did James Huff discover near Argentine Pass on September 14th, 1864? Do we offer a history of Colorado class in this college? The Donner Party. He discovered half-eaten human remains. That's awesome. Fantastic. No, it wasn't gold, but it was another mineral like that. Silver ore. Yes, silver. Lindsay, I'm sorry. She beat you. So sorry. She's only getting a salad. Ugh, salad. It's like rabbit food. It's okay. There you go. Congratulations. What is the highest point in Colorado?
Mount Albert.
Yes, well, David had his hand up first. You were so close. Come on, David, you got it. How we doing? Okay, you get a salad. Everybody gets a salad. Salad's so healthy for you. Okay, I believe we're ready now for the next speech. Are you all mic'd up? Fantastic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you ready? All right. Our 6th speaker of the final round with the speech, number 1 predictor of change in the world, Manisha Jaswal.
So, like I said, I am going to ask you a question before starting my speech. What's the number one predictor of the change in the world? Yes. So, that's, I think, in the current news. So, I'm ready. Hello, I'm Manisha Jaiswal and I'm going to graduate this year, this semester. So, do you guys believe in miracle? If not, you will. I am a living example of miracle happening in life. So, how I am going to share with you. Education plays an important role in people's lives throughout their development. It helps to develop skill in abstraction, logic, precision, and reasoning. Worldwide, some women are deprived of getting an education and missing out its benefit. Even though we have born equal, why is there a gender discrimination in the world? Today, I want to convince you that we must take action to support female education on a global level. First, we'll address the problem against discrimination in the education, and then we will discuss the solution. So, in order to know and understand better this global issue, I am going to share with you some of the facts. First, there is a lack of female education in developing countries. Female in most developing countries around the globe cannot get an education. Based on the latest available data from UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, Institute of Statistics, published and updated in June 2017, there are 130 million girls not in school. Worldwide, girls overcome barriers to education. You might know Malala Yousafzai. She was almost got killed because she just wanted to go to school and learn. Many families simply can't afford to educate their daughters because of poverty. Teen pregnancy rates are high. Girls' education is a strategic development priority. You can compete in a global market if people are not educated. These are the various problems of not having education. After knowing the problems, let's move on to cause of the problem. There are numerous causes of this problem. There is not single cause of female to be uneducated. Why can't they get an education? According to UN, United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has a right to educate. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. The three core areas, financial, physical and emotional wellness, are generally intertwined. These effects can be seen on a scale of individual families. There is a gender discrimination for children going to school, such as boys can go to school but girls cannot go. There is a poverty. Male go to work, so female has to stay home to take care of children, because in developing countries they cannot afford to have daycare and pay the extra money. These are the natural norms. These are the cultural norms which fundamentally affect the growth of female. Global population includes both male and female, not only male. Finally, let's discuss the solution. Education is the human right which helps nation prosper. According to UN Declaration of Human Rights, it shall promote understanding, tolerance, friendship among the nations, racial or religious group, further for the maintenance of peace. Equality of opportunity, because education is a big equalizer in our system and around the globe. It will bring peace around the globe. A woman is the core of family, of course. If she knows how to lead her family with balance, reasoning, planting seeds of values into her children, then every family would be great, as well as the nation. There would be not many terrible things in the world, such as terrorism, stealing, robbery, hunger, and list goes so on and on. If mothers are educated, then children are more likely to go to school. It's proven from research. In our neighborhood, a school has a good ranking because there are more voluntarily active moms who have bachelor's or master's degree, which boosts the entire community. My mother values education, which reflects in her children, and the legacy is passing on to her grandchildren, which are my children. Why I am here? Because my mother's value, because of my mother's value, and there is a deep love and strong support from my husband, which makes me confident and ready to conquer this world. Women's education and leadership are changing the culture from women in the world. Education casts the tool that women to take a charge of of their lives, business, and community. Let's recap before I conclude. I just told you, lack of female education is a big problem in developing countries, especially. Because of gender discrimination, girls are held back from education. Woman is the core of family. If woman is educated, then she can steer her family in a better direction. There will not be weapons and violence. Instead, there will be peace around the globe. So Gandhi said, so before quoting Gandhi, listen carefully. At the end of this, my sentence, I'm going to ask you a question. Please answer out loud. So Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. I am on his path. I am trying to be the part of the change through education. Are you on his path?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we're running out of trivia prizes and questions. There's never out of trivia questions, right? Okay, let's see what else. Oh, let's give you a hard one, because you know they've been so easily. Are you saying nasty things? You know you're on tape, right? I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. Okay, so let's do a hard one then, right? In what year did President James Buchanan sign an act of Congress organizing the Free Territory of Colorado? The Free Territory.
Well, the actual territory?
Yeah.
I was going to say 1876, but...
No, it's a little late, a little earlier than that.
Yeah.
1805?
No, a little later than that, like way later than that. So somewhere between 1805 and 1876. Come on, you can do it.
1850.
No, later. I feel like I'm on Price is Right. Higher, lower, higher, lower.
1827.
No. Who?
63.
Let me think. I just lost it altogether. Lower.
60.
Higher.
61.
Higher. Oh, who said 61? Me. You did, sir. You get a prize. Woo! What do you get? What do I have left in my fun bag here? Oh, wow. Look what you get. You get a dry erase board with a pen. Wow. You are prepared for summer now. Right? Okay, we're ready for our speaker number 7, whose name I was just told, and I'm going to probably mess it up anyways. But our 7th speaker in the final round today is Rid Yourself of Toxicity by Janelli Altamirano.
Tamirano, and I'm here to help you all realize you should get rid of toxicity. So, until you can let go of all the toxic energy in your life, you will not be